Welcome back to Problem Solver Politics. I am your host, Cardinellis, with Cody the Oracle.
Hey, everyone. How you doing?
And today we got big news. I'm really excited about this. Screw storming Area 51. Andrew Yang is promising to do what? I think he's going to declassify it if he makes it to the White House. Have my dreams all come true, Cody? What's going on?
Well, full disclosure, I hate to be the rain in the parade. I believe plenty of presidents have said this, but I do think it's interesting, topical. So let's see what Andrew Yang has to say first.
Everything. So I have to see what the information is, but if it's something I could declassify, I would love to do that. I'm a huge fan of transparency in anything that isn't going to do the public harm, and so if I become privy to information about aliens or Area 51 or anything that I am able to share, I will share it. So if you want to know what's going on in Area 51, you know who you need to get in the White House in 2020. That's Yang for Area 51 for really full disclosure. That's where our government should be. Transparency in all things, as long as it's not going to hurt the national interest.
Should people storm?
By the way,
do you hear him qualifying that comment?
Like I was saying before, man, I remember in 2015, Donald Trump said he's going to release information about aliens. We were watching before this, we were watching a clip from Jimmy Kimmel with Barack Obama, where Jimmy Kimmel asked Barack Obama if there was any aliens. He said that Bill Clinton checked. I mean, presidents speaking candidly about aliens and what we know about them has been something in the public eye for a while. But what makes the Andrew Yang clip different? I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time talking about this. I guarantee you almost every single one of you guys know this already. But there is over 3 million people on Facebook who have signed up, either is interested or willing to go and storm Area 51.
And I am one of them.
The reason why I think this took off, I have to admit, I died laughing. Storm Area 51. They can't stop all of us. That's why I just smile. They can't stop all of us. Like, you know what? Like if 3 million people come up to run down Area 50, again though, without getting into alien conspiracy theories first, I do think this is one thing. Because like I said, we obviously here do have a big focus on Andrew Yang, but what we're kind of just paying attention to, doing our best, is what's going on in this 2020 election. Honestly, I wish we were doing it in 15 with the Republicans. It's just fascinating to me, 20 people running, and then Andrew Yang with these really out there ideas. All that aside, it fascinates me to see, as far as I know, Andrew Yang is the only candidate who's weighed in at all on this storming of Area 51 thing, which, dude,
he's probably one of the only ones aware of it because he's actually got. Way. Well, I mean, really,
dude, I saw.
He plays
hold on,
Dota.
Hold on, one second. I saw on network news, Fox, CNBC, I forgot where, a Photoshop or an edited video of Naruto running, doing the Naruto run, which I'm not going to get too far into it, with Keanu Reeves' face photoshopped in it. That was on that was at like airports and like, you know, like grocery stores. They have you know what I mean? Like that was just mainstream national news on. Like, I've never seen. I never thought I would have seen an edit of Keanu Reeves Naruto running to storm Area 51. It's like national news. But it's when 3 million people on Facebook sign up for something like this, that's funny and gets you to laugh. It becomes a story. So I do think it's interesting that you see these headlines and. I mean, obviously, man, candidates probably don't like touching alien stuff too much, aside from I'm skeptical, but I like to see what we know. There's a famous Frasier episode about this. I don't want to get too far into, where he finds out a candidate he's supporting believes in aliens and he's been abducted like the last second, and it changes the way he thinks of them.
Okay.
That aside, though, it is really fascinating to me to see Andrew Yang go out and, you know, obviously it's just out of campaign stop. Someone asked him a question. He gave him a goofy answer. The guy published it to the internet. But we just see this with Andrew Yang more than other candidates. Other candidates, you see, they don't really weigh in too much on these big name mainstream news topics unless it's like Donald Trump and they're running for president. I get, but dude, like I have to admit, dude, I don't know the last time I heard what I would consider to be a hot take about President Trump. I've heard them all. Whatever take you have, I've heard it, man. Everyone talks about him all day. So like, is that really going to differentiate you in a field of 20 people talking about kind of goofy nonsense, like people storming Area 51 and don't do it, vote for me? That's the kind of endearing stuff that I think has attracted us to Andrew Yang and other people, where it's not like he's just saying, well, what are they saying on CNN, because that's my base, or what are they saying on Fox News, that's my base. He's just saying, like, he's just out there trying to connect with people. It's really fascinating for me to see. That's all I wanted to kind of weigh on that.
That was a huge strength of Barack Obama. I mean, I've mentioned this in multiple episodes. He was the first sitting president to appear on late night television while sitting in office.
Is that what we watched before, by the way? That was a good clip from him.
No, yeah, it was a great clip. And he joked with Jimmy Kimmel about aliens being there and saying, Jimmy Kimmel had said, you know, my hand wouldn't be hot off the Bible before I was sworn in, before I would run over to Area 51 and read all of the files. And then, you know, Barack Obama says, that's why you won't be president, which was actually really hilarious. And then when asked point blank, you know, well, are there aliens there? He says they don't let us talk about them, and it was a hilarious moment, and that endears a president to his people, just like the White House is the people's house. The office of the presidency is the people's office, and charisma is from the Greek derivative, literally means gift from the gods, and it's a gift of the gods if you can actually get that endearment from the people. So yeah, I think it was a great move on behalf of Andrew Yang. About the storming Area 51, please can you pull up my favorite meme from the storming of Area 51? I mean, you know that somewhere at Area 51, there is a dude in a secret camouflaged gun turret. You know what I'm saying? That looks like a rock somewhere who's thinking, yeah, I can handle 3 million people.
Well, no, hold on 1 second.
I can handle them.
1 second. If you want to talk about oh man, I wish we were prepped on this before. I have 100 memes I could share with you about this really quickly because we are talking about him. I'm just going to throw it on screen. It was an Andrew Yang one that made me laugh. It's just typical Andrew Yang fare while we're talking about him. But again, I don't want to get too lost in memes and stuff. One thing you did bring up that was fascinating, we'll get back to talking about with Area 51 and all that stuff, and like you were saying, who's in office. This is an article that was released actually on CNN about a couple days ago. Feds warn UFO enthusiasts against storming Area 51. The military, in quotes, stands ready. Again, it is a humorous story. But again, though, this is one of those weird cross-sections.
We don't need to because Andrew Yang is going to give us the info.
No, but here's what I mean. This is one of those weird cross-sections of internet absurdity and meme culture and jokes where it kind of... I mean, dude, like people say this online, and it's true. Someone sitting in a room in a Pentagon somewhere saying, if 500,000 people show up to storm the gates, what do we do, right? Like this is actually, but I mean,
they're doing war games right now, bro.
But still, what I'm saying is, and this is what's interesting to me, because I wonder as a candidate running how you do balance. Because economy, healthcare, immigration, the big issues people are talking about mostly. You don't want to make sure your points are known on them. But for a lot of these people, though, you have to wonder. For Andrew Yang, he has a lot of these kind of weirder, fringer policies that attract people. I wonder if it could help people, not to weigh in necessarily on Area 51 aliens, but could it be good for candidates to weigh in on some... Andrew Yang famously weighed in on... What? I see you. Okay. I see you like a 9-year-old over there losing your mind.
Hold on. I just realized. When you make it past a certain point in the elections, I think it's once you get to the general, all right, you are mandatorily prescribed Secret Service protection.
I believe general, yes.
And they have to protect you. It is their duty. Andrew Yang just needs to promise that he will help storm Area 51. And if he's there, then the Secret Service has to be protecting him, and then the military can't shoot him, and he'll make it.
No. We're not theory crafting invading Area 51. Well, no, because this is something I've wanted to bring up for. I've been trying to find the article. It's years ago now, and like I said, Donald Trump takes over the last 3 years. You've heard every single one of them. So you're gonna pull it up. Donald Trump, when he was running for office, when he's like, here we go. This is an Express article from 2017 that says, they're going to ask me for cookies first. Will Trump reveal aliens exist? New president vows to unlock mysteries of space. Kind of a cryptic comment. But Donald Trump did, I remember when he was running for office, say, once I'm elected, I'm going to release what we know about aliens. I actually believe Trump's admin moved recently, maybe a year or two ago, to release additional information about the JFK assassination. So he is doing more stuff like this. But like I said, the idea of a president talking about, I'm going to release information about aliens, we've heard it all before. What I thought was just kind of more interesting about this is, what is the kind of plus minus for a candidate to weigh in on stuff like this? This is very humorous and lighthearted as a promise we've heard before from candidates. But what kind of is, like I said, like that plus minus there where it's like you're not focusing enough on the important issues that your base cares about, but at the same time, not just talking about everything that everyone else you're running against is talking about. Because, like I said, that joke still follows Elizabeth Warren. That people say that her plan's Bernie Sanders' plan. Like, maybe her plan is Bernie Sanders' plan, but maybe she has 5 or 6 other plans that aren't his that separate her. And I wonder, how do you balance that? It's tough. I'm trying to think as a voter what I would like to see more, but it's tough balancing between the important, serious, real policies. But we also know it's not like you get to just go to the White House and say, oh, cool, here's all my proposals. Done. I'm president now. There's still Senate, there's still a House, there's still courts. You still have to get this stuff done and passed and through. So could it behoove candidates to maybe speak a little bit more candidly about what's going on in the world around us? I mean, I saw a tweet, I'll bring it up for you guys, and I don't want to make it sound like we're only talking about Andrew Yang on this. It's just other candidates, I don't see it do as much. But Andrew Yang had a tweet, I think we have to find, but he basically tweeted complaining about the new live-action Disney remakes. It kind of saddens me to see where we are with all these remakes. Now we don't have new ideas anymore.
Yeah.
And that, dude, I mean, like, that's the kind of stuff that, like, it doesn't get you into the White House, but I do think it separates you from a field of 20. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, when we get down to like there's 2 or 3 people and you're like that last year, here's the tweet. I'll throw it on the screen. It just says, I find live action remakes of Aladdin, Lion King, and other movies I grew up with a bit depressing. It's like we can't come up with new stories, and that has almost 100,000 likes on Twitter. Yeah. Like that's growth. That's free advertising for a presidential campaign. People say, who's Andrew Yang?
Yeah.
Proverbially the Google Andrew Yang right there, right? But
and all of the Aladdin originalists just totally signed on board with Andrew Yang for saying that.
The live action Disney haters. When Lion King doesn't do as well as they had hoped, they're gonna say, God, this Andrew Yang guy's already tanking Disney. But yeah, like I don't know what your opinion on that is. But like I said, just kind of seeing Andrew Yang talking about again, it was a campaign stop, I believe. Someone just had a camera and asked him and he gave him an answer. So it wasn't like an official proposed policy. But the kind of humanizing and relating with your perspective base. Like I said, there's 20 people. I don't know. Like I said, we were talking earlier about how do you separate a race with 20 people in it. I have to imagine if you're all running on the same ticket as far as you're all running to be the Democrat, yeah, your views on healthcare and Medicare and immigration, they're probably not going to waver that drastically, right? Like you can kind of put your point where it is. But for the most part, you probably have like the Democratic viewpoint of X, Y, and Z. You're not going to really, differ that greatly. Andrew Yang definitely does from some, but like I said, I feel like I'm rambling, but it is fascinating to me thinking what do you do when you're running against 19 other people? And even if you have some policies that differ, dude, you're all running as Democrats. Like, what do you do to be the difference? How do you separate yourself? Especially against people like, dude, people know who Bernie Sanders is. Joe Biden was vice president for 8 years. Kamala Harris, Pete Buttigieg, Beto O'Rourke, massive push from the media. Elizabeth Warren, she's been in the media for some not so good reasons, like people making fun of her for her heritage. But you understand, like, how do you get your name in the conversation? I think Andrew Yang doing things like being just personable and fun and relating to people. I believe he was issuing tweets about the, actually, I believe in a recent video he did for a social media video in one of the companies, they asked him, and he said something like, hey, be nice to the Game of Thrones people. They worked really hard. You know what I mean? But just the idea of like, he isn't just in Washington. He's also kind of in the same society we're in. Again, I feel like I'm rambling. I don't know what you think about this, but that tweet just really kind of fascinated me, getting along the lines of thinking like, yeah, like, does this stuff help or does it hurt?
I'll tell you right now, you promised me that you're going to declassify Area 51. I will vote for you. Up next, declassify who shot JFK.
Well, like I said, Trump promised to do both those, and he's working towards one. Like, it's something presidents do talk about because, again, I think if you caught that full video, at the very end of the video clip, Andrew Yang kind of gets serious for a minute. And he says, really, though, it is about transparency in government. Like, transparency in government, if you're going to be fully transparent, and we do have hidden information about aliens, that's transparency. He did qualify it and say, as long as it doesn't, jeopardize, if we have a pact with the aliens that they'll blow our planet up, maybe we won't release that. But yeah, it just, I don't know, man. Like I said, I feel like I went off on this one, but it really does fascinate me, interest me, because we just pulled up the graphic of 20 faces again at the debate. 20 people. We do our best to follow and cover this stuff. We miss things from some of the larger candidates, but like, dude, I have to admit, like, I don't have 10 hours a day to devote to John Delaney, right? Like, some of these people running are like, I don't know. Again, look, back to you. I'm rambling again.
We live in an awesome soundbite. We live in a soundbite culture. That's the awesomest soundbite I have heard all week. Let us know what you guys think. If this has improved your thoughts on Andrew Yang or not. Improved mine, let me tell you that. Make sure you go to problemsolverandpolitics.com. Donate if you can. That's how we can get you more of these videos and really good content. And please like, share, and subscribe this video to help get the word out. This is Problem Solver Politics.